Look at this, man. I'm trying to record a video. Stupid little pigeon, seagull just flying around. Anyway, may as well start it now. So, welcome back, kids with a dream, episode 4. It's been a few weeks now, which is actually crazy. It's good fun doing this actually. So I've got a few notes written down. So yeah, let's go through it. So firstly, then, what I want to talk about is changing my YouTube timetable. So I was listening to Stephen Partner's podcast, I Was CEO. I forgot which one he mentioned it, but he was talking about how quitting is winning, and it was a unique thought pattern that sparked in my brain. But it's like I sort of resonated with the fact that quitting is winning in the terms of if you're doing something from a habit, but it's bad and it's a bad habit or something that you're doing which you don't really want to be doing, then you should stop doing it. But in today's society, he was saying how, like, we come off of this mindset of quitting is losing, because if you quit, you're weak, and because you're weak, you've quit. So quitting, you're weak, therefore, you've lost. But realistically, if you've quit something because it's bad for you, then surely that's a good thing, isn't it? So I've been thinking about this with myself. I've been thinking about my YouTube timetable I've been doing and all this stuff. So what I'm planning on doing now is reducing the amount of videos I'm uploading, but hoping that they can become a higher quality or have more value in them, because I think, I'm making these videos, 2-minute, 3-minute videos, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy making them, but I believe I can provide more value and more content within it, because my whole thought process was we can't miss an upload schedule. So every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days, 5 days, every day I was like, I need to upload a video, because if I don't, it's going to be a failure of a day, because I wouldn't have ticked that box. But if I quit this YouTube timetable of I've got to upload every day because, I've failed, if I quit this and I think, right, let's lower the amount of videos that we make, but they are at a more higher quality or to a higher standard, then to provide more value, then there's going to be a higher chance of maybe people enjoying them more. But this is like a all learning curve for me, because this is still new and still something I'm going to learn it. But I like the mindset of, if you're doing something now, which, you're looking at strategies you can implement to grow your business, or maybe to improve in revision or improve your fitness. Look at like videos that help your wisdom on that certain topic, because the more videos you watch on that certain topic, the more wiser you get, and the more better view or opinion or strategy or blueprint you're going to create to work towards that goal, isn't it? If you just keep watching one YouTuber, or read one book or read one author, all you're going to get is the wisdom of that one author. But if you read 5 different authors, you can understand 5 different opinions and then make your own from those opinions, which is probably a better way of doing it. So that is one thing I've been doing, looking at my timetable. Also, I had an interview of the week, which was quite interesting, because I was quite nervous before, but I sort of expected myself to just zone in. When the interview happened, I expected myself to just, flow nicely. But I seemed to be very on edge on that interview, and is something that is really weird, because I expected myself just to like fall into place and fall natural and just allow the words to come out of my mouth in the interview, but it just didn't happen. And so I was thinking about, why is this, why is this like overthinking and me being nervous and me being like scared of the outcome of what could happen is making me nervous, which is impacting the way I am acting in this interview, right? But what has really helped me in that very moment, and I will implement in the future, so it may help you as well, is like really focusing on the present moment when you're doing that interview. I feel like, or anything, if you're nervous, if you're anxious, there's going to be a much higher chance of you just being focused on like if this goes wrong, what's going to happen? Or, we need to get this right, or there's lots of pressure on us to get it right. But if you just focus on, I'm here right now, I'm living, I'm doing this interview, I'm controlling the words I'm saying out of my mouth, I'm controlling the way I'm acting, I'm controlling my thought patterns, I'm controlling the positive thinking. And that's another one, positive thinking, right? Because if you think negatively about the present moment and what you're doing and be like, oh, this interview isn't going very well, that is just going to put more stress on your shoulders to act a certain way or for that interview to go bad. So thinking in a positive manner can also help. Being connected with the present moment and understanding your thought patterns and what you're saying, that can really help, because then you can actually understand that, you can only control what you can control, and you can only not control what you can't control. And with that mindset, then you can start focusing on the right words to say and the right ways to act and the right mindset and thought patterns you can implement into your day as well. I'm so sorry, people. I had to move location. Right, so lastly then, so we've talked about YouTube schedule, we've talked about interview, and now I want to talk about letting go of negative core beliefs. Now, there's this YouTuber called Julian himself, and he is like, I don't know what you would call him, right? But he, right, has really helped me open my mindset. And like, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling a little bit sad, ask yourself why. And keep following the trails of why. Don't let your brain say, I don't know. And he was saying this, he calls it the trail of whys. And I've talked about it in a previous videos, I'll probably talk about again. But it's the idea of finding your core negative beliefs. And then from the trail of why, you can start understanding why you're feeling that way. Because subconsciously, we put things. Think of this like invisible wall, right? So the things in front of this visible wall are the things that we're aware of. We consciously understand these, like consciously would be like what you ate like in the morning, or what you had for food and how that made you feel, or like, you had chocolate so you feel happy in the short term, like self-gratification stuff. And then behind this fake wall is the stuff that your body is like trying to hide, trying to pack away, like that in you, that's not you, that's somebody else. And it just gets pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. The more we push it down, there's a more higher resistance to actually finding what is in this wall. And this subconscious area is like stuff that we do know, but it's by following the trail of whys that we actually find out what is behind this wall. And this stuff is usually the stuff that is making us feel sad, but we just hide it down because maybe it's embarrassing to us, or something that we don't want to talk about, or something that we try to like to keep away and we don't want people to find out. But it's important that we actually find out what these core beliefs are, because finding out like traumas when you were a child, or finding out when that moment you felt a bit depressed or a bit anxious, and understanding why, and then you can unravel the reason behind it, and then from that, what you can do is find a solution to that problem. And so instead of just pushing it down more and more and more, and it becoming more resistant to find, you're actually diving deep into it. You're attacking yourself. You're making yourself feel vulnerable because it's making you feel embarrassed. The stuff you were writing down, the stuff you were thinking is making you feel embarrassed, insecure, sad. But the more you look deeper and deeper and deeper, the more likely you're going to find the actual reason as to why you are feeling this certain way. And now you've found the reason why you feel this certain way, you can find, or you can make a plan to stop feeling this certain way. But just by finding the main cause of the way you're feeling, maybe like, setting yourself by society standards, or something happened to you when you were a kid, or being embarrassed or worried about what other people think. And that's the other thing. That's the other thing of living your life through your own eyes, right? So to everyone, so hold on, let me just finish this first thing, right? Yeah, but finding the negative core beliefs, you can make a plan from that to help yourself become freely and more fulfilled. But another thing is that stop caring about yourself. Like, stop having that ego about yourself. And this was another thing that he was saying that I'm trying to help with myself. So we all have this ego, right? And it's like, it's a subconscious ego within us, and it makes us think like, you know, if I go to the gym today for the first time, will people make fun of me because I do the moves wrong? But if you play devil advocate, it's like, well, why does anyone care what you're doing? Stop having big enough of an ego that you think that people care about you, because realistically, they don't care about you. They care about themselves because they're living their life through their own eyes. They're the main character in their story. You're just a side character. You're just side character taxi driver number 58, right? Nobody cares about you. But if you have this mindset about yourself, it's quite freely and fulfilling, because you know, like, there is literally no pressure on you. You are not James Bond. You don't have to act like James Bond. Just be yourself. Just act yourself. No one, okay, there might be that 5 seconds of judgment when someone looks at you, but after that, bang, gone. On to the next thing. You know, you walk into town, you walk into shop, you go anywhere, you're going to get a little bit of judgment. But always trying to have this idea of, I gotta act a certain way, I gotta wear certain clothes, what do people think about me? All this stuff is just ego lifting stuff, because it's insinuating that you think people are taking the time to acknowledge you, where the real fact is, the real truth is, everyone's living their life through their own head. So they are all thinking, all of us are thinking, what are they thinking about us? Because we're all thinking, what are they thinking about us? We're not actually thinking, how do we feel about ourselves? And that's an interesting thing to consider. So next time you're out, maybe just, you know, have that idea of, you're not actually that important. You're not James Bond. No one is judging no one is judging you. And it is just your brain playing tricks on you, making you think that people are judging you. And having that realization is something that I'm really trying to dive deep into, and it's really been helping me just feel more fulfilled and positive and better. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about in today's episode. It's been like a month now. It's been 4 episodes for 4 weeks, so that's actually quite sick. So fair play. And I am enjoying it, and it's good fun to just talk about a camera and just waffle, because I just feel like it's just good fun to do, liking it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope the mic quality was alright, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!